What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get right into the TA. But first, this is not financial advice. So yeah, all right, let's get right into it. I also do want to say right now, all right, call me a flip flop or whatever. But today I did make the decision to now I am all out of the Feb third puts, and I am in the Netflix 320 and 325s. More in the 325s, but yeah, I'm just saying, just letting you guys know I'm doing that. And here's my reasoning before we get into the rest of the video. My reasoning behind that is, do you guys see what Netflix has done the last 2 days? If Netflix just comes back down to even just this gap fill, we could put it on the chart right now, 324.89. Even if it does that, I think contracts in the money would go to being 13 to 1400 bucks, and going from where they are right now, that would be yeah, that would be about a 4x right there. Yeah, maybe they have fallen a little bit, so maybe it would be a little over the 4x if I am thinking about it right. But we'll look at SPY. All right. So after we do this, so this was what was it, 89, right? The high of day was 324.89, 324.89. All right. So that is like first right there. I guess we could call that target number one. But I do think that it's probably not going to bounce there. We're probably going to come all the way back down, and we're probably gonna have a little bounce here. But let's just look over the last 4 weeks here. So you've rallied QQQ. If you just look at this, right? So QQ has straight up rallied the past 4 weeks. SPY has done the same thing. All right, it was back down here. So SPY was at 378 at the low of 4 weeks ago. Whereas Netflix over here 4 weeks ago, the low is over here at 290. So if QQQ decides to give back these last few Fugazi weeks we've had, all right, where you have just been literally straight short squeezing up here, you know, Netflix will most likely be doing a very similar thing. And Netflix does also have the triple bearish divergence going on the weekly time frame. Stochastic is getting ready to cross down, if not already crossing down. No, it is not yet. RSI is all the way up here, and as you see, the last time the RSI came from up here was all the way at the top, 700 bucks. So I do think we have a decent fall incoming for Netflix. But all in all, it's probably just going to be falling with QQQ. But like, I just think these Netflix options, they will be paying out more than the SPY 380s that I was holding, at least. I ended up doing most of them earlier, not most of them, but about half of them earlier. And then since I got out of work, I have just been laddering into the Netflix puts instead of that. I decided not to get any of those Goog puts just because the Feb 1795 Goog puts, I could have also went with March ones. I didn't do that. I don't think they will be necessary. But also the time to do that would have been before I actually got into that mess. So there would have been that. But all in all, guys, yeah. So if SPY were to come down here to 380, we'll say those contracts got on the money. Let's say they're worth 400 bucks, all right? So they go from what they were there, 80 to 400. All right. So let's round up. There you have a 5x. But the Netflix books, all right. So if the Netflix decide, and Netflix is probably going to fall hard with QQ, because you do see what QQ is doing in comparison to SPY. It's just exploding. Obviously SPY has been short squeezing too, but you can see QQ has short squeezed more. I'm pretty sure it has. But you come over to Netflix, and if that ends up coming down now 290, so each contract is now going to be 325 would be 3.5k to 320s. Those would be 3k each. So yeah, guys, like I'm just saying, they will, they will pay more, and they also have more time on them to get that same gain. So in the time one would be a 4 to 5x of SPY puts. These will also be, no, they'll actually be more than those SPY puts would be paying out, and they have the extra time on them. So that's just my logic. All right, so now that I've explained that, let's just get into the TA. All right. And again, I mean, hate on me for flip-flopping, but this is why I tell you guys, hey, take my trades, you're going to lose all your money. If I take my trades, I'm going to get rich. I'm never going to let myself die, all right? I'm never going to let all that capital die. I'm just not, like, when the time comes, I'm not going to put myself in that sitch. Like, I'll probably start off with it, but I'll save myself. All right. So, and there's that. I'm not going to say I'm good at managing my trades, but I will always get back up. And like, if we do end up squeezing, okay, if we squeeze up to the FOMC meeting, then this does end up covering that, and it doesn't, these aren't going to get absolutely demolished. Look at that, you are having some sort of a rug pull going on, not on Netflix. Netflix is going up, but over here on SPY, look at what we got going on over here. Same thing over here on QQ. All right, so let's start off with something I noticed on the weekly time frame. And this just, guys, like when I say this thing is going to be one hell of a rug pull, all right? And now I do have a little more time to catch more of that rug pull, all right? I don't think it's going to fall straight down. You're probably going to fall. You're probably, like, guys, like, maybe... Like, now you're at the trend line. Maybe we're still going to have that decent counter trend move and then come back down. I still think we're probably going to have the significant fall to start with, and then you're going to have a counter trend move. And then you're probably going to either, you might just undercut the low, all right? The previous low over here, all right? I've been looking at SPY. But now I'm not in SPY, so won't be paying, never mind. We'll still be paying the exact same attention to SPY and QQ and VIX. It's just because Netflix obviously would be moving with that anyway. And guys, I'm not gonna say I am good at this. Okay, I will not say that. The whole I've commented on it before. The whole trading thing. All right, I am not even close to being a master of trading. All right, not even freaking close. But yeah, I am documenting that here on the channel. And in the end, guys, my goal is to make money. So I will prevail at doing that in the end. All right, but yeah, guys, what I noticed is QQQ's freaking CCI is all the way up here, guys. The last time it was up here, you were literally pre-bear market. Like, that was right before the sell-off started, the bear market sell-off. All right, you come over here to SPY, and you have the same exact thing. You're now higher on SPY right now, SPY's weekly CCI, than over here. And guys, what happened in the following weeks? You fell so freaking quick. Look at that. There was minus 40 bucks right here in 3 weeks. All right. Not saying something like that's going to happen, but something's probably right around the corner like that. If you got what we like sees going on. Now, what I will say is fishy about today, which does give us actually our sell signal if we do end up closing out this way, is VIX is up, guys. VIX is up. I did say the possibility of SPY going back up and making a new high. It did end up doing that, but I said it was still on the table. So don't be surprised if it happens. I didn't think it would happen, but again, don't be surprised if it happens. But I was saying that because, like, VIX would still be going down and making that bullish divergence. It still didn't, all right? It did not. All right, so I don't think it is going to happen. I really don't. I think I do think this, like last week, we got the bottom marker on VIX. That has only happened 1, 2. Well, now, I mean, there's that, but discluding that. So we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, and that was in this bear market. All right, that was no. So it started. This right here. This was the bear market. But if you look back on this, we can just look at that. So that was August. Just remember August 08. Okay, you have over here April 04, and we have October 25. So you come over here to SPX. We have October. Let's just see. So we have April 04. October, nope, not October. Was I looking at something different? Was it right here? April, and then we have right here, this is Jan. Okay, so Jan 03. All right, so that was the right here. All right, that also correlates right here. All right, August right there, August 08. That was the week before you had your top there. All right, and we did not have one pop up over here, but now we're back at that trend line, and we do have one popping up here. So I do think I think this is the week we have hit our. I think we've hit our. I think honestly, this is a solid shot. We have now hit the top on SPY. All right, like we don't have to start falling immediately. I haven't looked at any of the catalysts. Excuse me. I haven't looked at any of the catalysts on the economic calendar to match up with, like, do we have any catalysts this week? But all in all, I mean, I did what I did with those, like switching the expiration there to Feb 17, just because I do know this is coming, and it made logical sense. All right, like it's the same gain. It's actually higher than the gain from the other one with 3 extra weeks. So, like, why are you not going to have that? Like, there was no reason not to, or 2 extra weeks on it. So there's that, but you now do have the bearish divergence going on your daily CCI here. It doesn't mean it has to stop here, but I do want to point out that it's 2:40 p.m. right now, and you have risen this much off this very sloppy error right there. But you have risen this much off of declining volume. All right, so I did say in the weekly update that we did have the inclining volume from over here, and the thing that showed us this day right here. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but the ideal scenario for the dealers was to close above 395 and under 396. That's exactly what took place. But the thing that told us that like could actually like happen is, hey, you fell off of declining volume, which means the sellers are not supporting that move down. Well, the buyers were supporting this move up, which meant, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but in the weekly report, I said maybe we do get some continuation next week, and then we end up forming like a doji candlestick, or you know, like we start the week off going up, but we don't have to end the week up. We don't have to end the week off up. And I personally do think this is the week that we are going to be falling, just because we do now have the VIX bottom marker. All right. And you do also have the oscillators in the same spot. All these other times VIX at bottom with that candlestick formation on the weekly time frame. And again, we do have that bearish and not bearish engulfing, the bearish Harami candlestick formation on the weekly chart there. And again, you do have your momentum oscillators here at extremes on QQ and SPY now. All right. So, I mean, you got room to run, or not room to run. You have room to fall, guys. I don't think you're going to sustain this move right here. I do see that you are over your trend line here on QQQ. All right. I don't know if you're going to close above it. I would say you're probably not, but you don't have to. All right. We're going to look after we finish talking about the daily time frame. We'll look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour, see how we're looking over there. But yeah, going over to Mr. VIX, you do have your CCI hinged flat, stochastic is about to cross up, and your RSI is hinged up, and you do have a bullish Harami candlestick formation here. Don't know if it's going to be confirmed tomorrow, but that would lead to the fall through the next day, and you know, maybe some further fall through over there after that confirmation. I don't know though. But either way, I do think it is pretty odd that we are up this much on SPY, and VIX is VIX is now up. It was down under 1%, I think, at lows, which was also odd because SPY was up over like 1.7%, I think, at highs. So, I mean, it just shows you that people are not selling the puts. All right, you don't have or maybe you don't have the 0 day to expiration people just buying the calls. All right, maybe those guys aren't doing the crazy squeezing that they were doing last week. All right, maybe that's showing you. But either way, you do have SPY and QQ rising pretty heavily today off of declining volume. So I think it's solid to say based off of what we saw over here, how you had the declining volume here, and then you end up having a complete opposite move. All right, a big opposite move, almost a 3% day on QQ there. And now we're doing, and then you had the fall through there, and now look at that, you were up like almost 2.5% at highs today, maybe 2.3, 2.4%, but it's off of the declining volume. So I would not be surprised to see another big fat red candle here. All right, I don't know how far that does take you down. All right, but I'm just saying, you are still, like, we're waiting here for the big sell-off. That is, we needed this counter trend to have the big sell-off. You're not going to be, like, I'm sorry I sound like a broken record, but at the same time, like, guys, this is the reality of the situation. You're not in a long setup right now. This is a short setup. There's nothing, there's no longs to be had here. Anyone who is holding long here as you're at your trend lines, I understand you're above it, but this is probably just like, you know, let's send them above the trend line for that bull trap. And QQ did literally come up to its trend line as well. So actually, just look at the fibs from over here. All right, you can see we literally hit the top of the golden pocket today. Maybe we do end up closing underneath the 0.78 Fibonacci right there. But guys, it does make perfect sense to me to start this decline, like straight up. You're in the golden pocket here on QQ. SPY, you've probably exceeded it, honestly. Let's just look at that right there. Oh, SPY also like literally got rejected off of the 0.78 Fibonacci right there. So I mean, that is again, that is something to be noted. But yeah, guys, this is like most certainly a bull trap. There is no reason people should be like really like fundamentally long, okay, or technically long. There's nothing. All right. You did have on Friday, you had the volume supporting it. You don't have the volume supporting it today. So there is that. All right. Let's actually see what's happening with DIA too, because they all were being confirmed with volume on Friday. IWM, holy sweet baby Jesus. That is so terrible looking. Look at guys, look at that decline in volume. Guys, this is most certainly setting up to be rug pulled. All right, there is that. Bitcoin, you do have this bearish divergence going on right there, but you know what? It's Bitcoin. We will see Bitcoin move with the markets. All right, and that will be that. All right, but look at your weekly time frame. Like, look at this. The last time you were up there and you fell from up here was up here, and you like literally at the top. I'm not saying you do have another 80% drop coming, because that would be absolutely insane, or 70%, whatever it is. All right, that would be insane, but I think there's still that probability that you are going to end up taking out this low with the market. I don't know if the market's going to take out its low. Maybe we come down and double bottom. All right, I have no idea. I was or someone was messaging, and they ended up asking about, hey, like, bad news is not it's not sorry guys, I'm paraphrasing, of course. My memory isn't the best, but it's decent. But yeah, they were asking like, hey, I'm noticing that bad news is not really bringing the market down. Like, that if we got this months ago, it would have tanked the market. And good news is making the market go up. And then I thought back, this was in one of Bulkowski's books. I don't remember which one, but one of the signs for the bottoms, there was like a checklist, I believe, of like 5 or 10 things. And one of these signs was that bad news will stop bringing the market down. And good news, any good news, will start bringing the market up, like more than is being justified. That's exactly what we got going on right now. So, I mean, this is a fundamental factor here. I guess that's fundamental. Is that just like noticing a trend or something like that before it starts? I don't know. I don't know if that would be considered a fundamental factor on the board here. But either way, guys, that is kind of what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of bad news. It just doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. We're seeing that. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be looking for that bottom. I don't know where it like happens. I don't know if we come out and we're probably gonna come down and take out that low. But as you see, I mean, we had a sick, nasty counter trend move here that is almost pushing up here. So I mean, this is like kind of crazy. But again, you did literally just reject here at the top of the golden pocket today. Right here. All right, you literally rejected right at the top of it. So that is something that is pretty cool. All right, so let's now look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour. All right, so starting off with IWM, you can't see, we actually do have that bearish Rami candlestick forming right there, but you do have your oscillators all the way back in overbought territory here. Not RSI, but the CCI and stochastic. Same exact thing for not DIA, but SPY. Okay, it's probably the same for SPX. Look at that. All right, look at where you are right there. That big fat cross down in your 4 hour stochastic. Okay, now keep in mind, guys. All right, we still never got. We did not get that. Never got a bullish divergence that ended up showing us. We got the like. No, we didn't even get one. We got a very slight one on SPY. But what I will say is you now do have another bearish divergence. Okay, you actually have a triple bearish divergence, 4 hour triple bearish divergence on SPX again. So that is another thing that we have here that does indicate that hey, all right, someone is holding this up. All right, it's not being supported. All right, and like obviously we know this is a fake pump. This is the bull trap, guys. This is exactly it. All right, and holy crap, guys, this is probably going to be one hell of a sell. We have signs that are telling us that hey, this is probably going to be just as big as when we had it going from over here. Like, look at your weekly oscillators. Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm going to be looking for a bullish divergence to form down there. But either way, even if you don't end up coming down back all the way down here, right? Even if you just come, like, your CCI is probably going to be right around here by the time you get back down here. And then you have a lot more room to go, all right? Like, you are way up there right now. And QQQ, like I already showed, is all the way up here. And on the daily time frame, you do have that bearish divergence. I think on SPY as well. But look at this. This thing is way up there right now, and you are touching that trend line again. And like last time you had a setup like this, it was over here. All right, this is not looking all right. It is not looking all right. But I mean, nevertheless, they can end up bringing you up. I don't think they are going to do anything crazy. The next point of resistance is literally where we had over here. It'd be 296. Let's actually put that on here. So it would be the high was 296.88. All right, so 296.88. All right, you got that. We can change the color, change it to blue. All right, that is the next point of resistance right there, and that is a decent ways away. I don't think you are going to be pushed up there. I really do not. But I mean, anything can happen, guys. Literally anything can happen. I am not someone who knows what is going to happen. I'm just coming on here and showing you guys the probabilities. All right, showing you guys what the charts are suggesting. All right, as it stands, you're heavily overextended. All right, that is just how it is. It is shows that way. You got the bearish divergence going on the daily time frame, on SPY as well. All right, VIX, we never got that bullish divergence over there, but that is perfectly fine. But you also got the same exact thing going on in SPX's 4-hour time frame now that you had before. All right, literally over like literally the same thing, and that did end up at least bringing us down here. It wasn't the biggest thing, all right? And I am not expecting another thing like this to take place. I'm not expecting for you to fall like 10 bucks in SPY. Maybe 12 bucks we fell, and then like literally have it rally back up to a high. I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting a decent sized sell-off to commence. All right, they're literally just shaking the tree as much as they freaking can here. And that's what I think is taking place. All right, but you come over to the hourly time frame. And let's just see how things are looking right there. All right, you do have the bearish divergence over there on SPX. You do have a more defined one here on SPY, though, as you can see, kind of went up there. All right. So either way, even if we do end up going higher, I would expect tomorrow for you to at least cool off going into about the middle of the day. If not, like I am looking, guys, we're right at a top. We got to be right at the top. Like I don't have a crystal ball, all right, but I'm serious. Like the things that I have looked over and learned throughout this bear market and have watched are suggesting, guys, you're at one of these major tops, okay? Like you got this like right ahead of you. It's right ahead. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how violent it's going to be. But you at least got a few weeks of selling ahead. We didn't get shit. Pardon my French. We didn't get anything. Like we really didn't, guys. Look at this. You literally closed the week down 0.66%. It's nothing. It's you know, it's chicken crap. All right. But yeah, I mean, just remember when that starts going up, we're probably going to see DXY start popping off. All right, so you guys saw everything. We looked over everything on the indices that we really could have. You got the same exact bearish divergence on the hourly time frame. And again, they can keep pushing you up. I'm just saying the odds are that we probably just hit a peak. All right, I don't know if we did, but you do have. Like right here, you do have this trend line, so I wouldn't be surprised if they close you here under 286 on QQ, just so you close underneath the trend line. But again, no crystal ball. I have no idea what's going to actually be taking place. But you come over here to Netflix, guys, and again, it's the same thing. I would expect them to probably going to bring you under here to close out the day. All right, so we probably do have the sell-off going into power hour. We did just show you guys. We have the hourly bearish divergence on SPY and QQ. It's a little one on SPX. But yeah, all in all, guys, my thinking here was, okay, like in 2 days, you did this. All right. That is absolute insane price action. Okay. So if you just like give back, like you don't even have to give back the full 2 days of price action, which would be you come down here to like 315 down there. You can just come down and fill that gap. And guys, the contracts are going to be up 3 to 4x. All right, so that was my thinking, and that would most likely like if it does fall that quick, it's probably going to be because QQ and SPY are falling that quick. And then there you go. Look at how like QQ is falling, guys. SPY is up. Like I think it already fell a whole % from its highs right there. So that is it's something that's pretty. All right, that is pretty. But yeah, there you go, guys. All right, so I think we covered everything. Look at let's just look at what's going on over here. I know I saw Mara rallying today. That is a thing, but guys, don't FOMO into that. That is something that we are going to be loading up on when, and obviously no financial advice. I will be loading up on that when I see the market bottoming, and the market is definitely not at a bottom. All right, that is why I sold. I thought I was selling the top. I didn't sell the top. All right, it was this morning right here. As you do see, we did come up for a new top, but again, you now have another bearish divergence going on. Look it up here on Goog. You're finally starting to turn down there. Boom, there you go. RSI is literally hitting. It's what we covered in the weekly update. Like, it's hitting. You haven't hit this since you started falling back here in like January. All right. Well, I guess you started here in November. But yeah, I mean, everything is probably showing the same thing. Everything's overextended. Like all the daily time frames. Look at Apple. That's insane, guys. Absolutely insane. So this is what I was saying, guys. This is the crazy counter trend move that I was saying was on the table. I didn't think it would be this crazy. I will not deny. But yeah, when we see things happen, okay, that like in the past has signaled that you're about to have like a bigger size move come along, like we had right there with the bullish divergence. All right, look, guys, it's best not to ignore them. Like, this is what I was saying, guys. I was fully saying, like, holy guys, it's like scary going short there in the consolidation. All right, where we were over here on like in this consolidation, that's where it was scary to go short. It shouldn't be scary to go short here. All right, now I do wish I got the only short up here at the top, but like, yeah, in the end, like, everything will be perfectly fine. It'll be perfectly fine. We just need to see this thing start getting its move. I don't know, like, when they're going to let the rug get pulled, but it should be right around the corner. It should be this week with what the VIX has showed us. We went over that in the week report, and yeah. All right, so I think we covered everything. That is what I'm doing. Good luck to everyone. But yeah, we have hit a potential high today. You still didn't get that the bullish divergence forming on VIX, but after seeing where you ran to today and seeing how VIX still did not fall, yeah, I don't think you're going to form that. But I will say, if you do close out with VIX up and SPX up, you do have a 2-day buy signal on or a sell signal on the S&P 500, so SPX, SPY. So yeah, you have I think it's an 85% probability of having a red day over the next 2 trading sessions. So I am going to be watching for that. Is that going to be what we looked at before? What we saw over here, this like 3% sell off or something? Is it going to be another one of those that because we do have the triple bearish for the same thing we had over there? All right, is it going to just be that and then we rebound back up? I don't think so. So if they decide to let it go tomorrow, I think we probably are going to start falling. It's only a matter of time. I guess like dated puts really are the safe way to go here. Like seriously, anybody in dated puts, like even the Feb 3rds, dude, I think you're like completely freaking fine. I think you're probably going to have that rug pull. But again, I mean, like what I did, like, I did that for my own safety. Like, that's literally just to ensure the gain, and it was a logical move. All right, more time, same gain. I'll take it. All right, guys. So, yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.